Hello, and welcome to another episode of Super Duper South. Today, class is in session. What class, you may ask? 1 second. Arts and crafts. Hope you enjoyed this special episode as we will dive into the sport of kart racing and how to find downforce. Class is in session. Please join us. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get to work. I've been having loads of nighttime thoughts, usually when I can't sleep at night. My go-to, after prayer of course, is thinking about go-kart racing in my racing program and how I can up my performance. Where can I get that Bloomquist? You know, the outer edge, the gray area of the book of the notes. One thing I have not seen in this sport, other than, you know, like some nose cone deals and stuff like that, I have not seen anybody truly try to get as much ground force, downforce, not ground, okay? We're doing the ground force right now, but downforce, not something you see people chasing after a whole lot in go-kart racing. Why is that? Is there no way to really get too much downforce? I guess you're only going like 46 miles per hour, meaning you can only travel about 46 miles in an hour. But I think there's got to be some sort of edge there. And I've got nothing better to do, so we're going to work on that. I will get to why we had the poster board here shortly, but first we have got to get these side panels off, which you will see why here soon. It's going to be a great day. Don't be needing this no more. Adios, amigos. We can leave our nose on, I believe. Side panels, we've got to get them exposed. Now, here's my theory on this. I'm going to just go over this theory that I've got in mind here. And you can drop a comment and say, hey, I've already seen this done. Hey, you're an idiot. Hey, it ain't going to work. Either or. Or, hey, you're borderline genius. Damn near an engineer. What a great idea. As you see in the carton, okay, we have advanced some. Back in the early days, you didn't have these rear floor pans, which is pretty cool. It used to be all open underneath here, all the way from the frame rail, mid chassis, all the way to the bumper. And later on, they figured out this could help a little bit of downforce. And they started adding these little fancy vents, help get the air from underneath. Is it effective or is it just cool? I like to think it's slightly effective, but what's not effective is, I don't know, this gaping hole coming through here or this gaping hole coming through right here. So I've got a plan, okay? I want ultimate down force, okay? I want to be sucked to the ground, not in ground, in the depths of hell, but to the ground of the racetrack. Finding ultimate speed, finding ultimate doll hairs, finding ultimate victory. We've got our poster board as a template. We're not obviously going to zip tie poster board on there, but we're going to fill this hole and might even work on making some sort of wheel well. I don't know if this is going to work, so this could all be a wash of a video, and y'all can see firsthand that maybe it didn't work. It's not worth wasting our time. Either way, we're probably going to make it work. Let's get to it. Class is now in session. The first goal here is I'm going to make a simple template using the poster board. If I can figure out a way to make it cooperate with me, of course. And then we will proceed to move on to some sheet metal, some sort of plastic. I haven't made my mind up there yet, but that way I'm not wasting materials. We can waste poster board. It's only $1 a sheet. Calm your tits. I did happen to buy a very nice fine tip marker just to make sure we're extra precise. Is this going to work? Things are getting a little hairy. Give us a little room for the motor mount. We got ourselves a template, our first template. I can already tell this is going to be a lot more work than I expected. It's that time of the year, people. It's hot outside. The grass is growing at a rapid rate. Okay, and that's why Lake Area Small Engine sponsored the comment of the day, because he says, come see him because your grass looks like crap. Today's comment comes from Kel Small Racing, and he asks, why does the 811 Matthew Connell kart run a rogue, but yet you don't hardly see any other rogues, especially when they are winning every weekend? Well, Kel Small Racing, let me answer that for you. That's because it's Matt Connell, and he is a borderline a genius. And he's better than anybody else to do it, currently, and has been for probably the past 17 years. What the normal folk, like me and you, can't make fast, Matt Connell can. And he always has the best drivers. So they could probably win on an 03 Prowler in the day's competition. Thanks for dropping a comment, Kel Small Racing. And any of you others that want to drop a comment, maybe you'll get lucky and we'll answer it on live YouTube air. Stole these from my parents. They've had them in the house since the 80s. all original. I've always kind of wanted to do this, but never really processed what would be the best way to do it. Has anybody ever seen anything like this done? My ultimate goal here is all the air that comes through, wraps over the tire, blows through the chassis. It's just all disrupted air. So I thought if I can make this work, this air will stay undisrupted and will naturally go underneath this, which will naturally want to suck down, okay? Suck us on down. I'm a believer. Dun, 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 dun. You guys like crafts as much as I do, because I love a good old-fashioned craft. Mission accomplished, okay? I did give a little notch so my motor plate could slide back and forth. I know this isn't making sense yet, people. I know. Everybody calm down. It's going to get there. Let's do some more designing, and then I'll get back with you. Oh, dang. I dropped my marker. Oh, hell, man. You guys starting to kind of puzzle together what I'm doing here. Now, I lost a lot of this space that was closed in, which is fine, because once I get my sheet metal, I'm hoping to do something along like this on both sides that ultimately creates a wheel well, which will allow the air to fluctuate around the tire, down the tube, out from underneath, naturally pulling the cart down. I think that's how Downforce works. I don't know. Two things. We're going to open these freaking doors because it's like 115 inside this shop, and we got to get some sheet metal. Just hope we don't pull out a snake when we pull out the sheet metal. Huh. Does anybody need a door skin for a blue-gray rocket before it turns into a floor pan for Downforce? Is what I'm doing illegal? For some odd reason, I cannot find a rule book on the chassis. I can find the motor rule book, which doesn't apply to me because I'm not out here building little go-kart engines. I don't build those. Do I look like a go-kart engine builder to you? Does this dirty shop look anything like an engine room to you? Quit assuming. But I can't find one for the chassis itself, which would be nice if I could, because then I could start looking for that gray area. So if they do jump on me at my next race and say, hey, you can't have that, I'm gonna say, somebody better grab a rule book, because I ain't seen the book. Pull out the rule book, Bill, or I ain't taking it off. That's the bottom line. I'll sue them, okay? Ask around, I'll sue them. Not really. Good news is, we got ourselves another silver Sharpie here. I'm not going to seam this or anything like that, because this is almost just like a prototype. And if this does work, I will obviously make a lot cleaner version. I don't even know if this is going to work. Even if it doesn't work, it's going to be very distracting to people walking by. They're not going to be looking at the tires. They're going to be like, what in the hell is that? I want one. Here's $1,000 to do mine. It's a win-win situation, people. Keeps their eyes off what I don't want them looking at and keeps them looking at what I do want them looking at. Does that make any sort of sense? And hell, for all we know, it might work. Very precise stuff here going on. I've had this idea in my mind. The wheel well deal, I'm not going to lie. On the Four Takes for Fuel podcast, they interviewed Shay of the Chavises a while back, and he had mentioned somebody he knew that did some sort of wheel thing, and that's when my gears, my brain started turning. Either way, it's going to look like something off Batman or something. We're going Formula One racing with the go-kart, pretty much. Told y'all we were doing arts and crafts today. That'll do. Let's get the cutting. Boom. Yes.
I got you an appointment.
Perfect. Sounds great.
All right, bye.
Bye. When the wife calls, take notes, ladies and gentlemen, or just gentlemen, or maybe ladies too, you know, whatever. When the wife calls, you best pick up the damn phone. We got both our pieces cut. Used to do a lot of sheet metal work back in the late model days. Fortunately, I didn't get rid of none of my sheet metal stuff. All right, we'll hammer that out a little bit. And only because I know somebody on here is going to ask, what is this thing here? Well, this, my friend, is a Malco TSHD1. It's an attachment, and all it is, some shears. Just attaches to any drill or a little impact, and you got yourself some sheet metal shears. These come in handy, and I have used the living dog crap out of them. Now we got to form ourselves up together this stuff. We got to get in form here. It's still 115 degrees, so a little sweaty. This might get a fan going. Doing a little forming here, because the last thing we don't want to do is somehow let this put our body in a bind. So you're obviously going to have to form this up a little bit and get it where it's just in a natural shape at all times. Therefore, not pulling up or down on the Nerf bar. But like I said, we're just filling this out. They didn't have brakes back in the 1920s, okay? Nor did they probably have go-karts. But you know, I don't want to go to the brake right now, okay? I'm not ready for a brake, so we're doing it by hand. Look at that. I actually don't look too bad so far. Kind of get the point here. You see what we're going after. Now we got ourselves, this will attach to the side panel. So this will be one smooth deal, air goes in, boom, and then out she goes out the back. Will this work? I don't know. We can't get too technical right now because this is not going to be the body that we run in the next race. This is not going to be the body we race, so we're kind of just getting this in place on the bottom, and then once we get our body back from paint, we will then attach to the side panel. Plus, we might have to, remaneuver this bend and whatnot. So we'll go to the other side, get the bends kind of prepared on it, then figure out if we're going to have to weld on this or not. I've not made my mind up yet. I did buy some tabs, so it's very possible. Anything's possible is what I'm saying here. Honestly, dude, I'm going to say something like this right here. Get our old foot down. It's a natural little bend. Ow. And we gotta let this bend raise up a little bit. So we can't be too perfect on the top side yet. But I can kind of eyeball and get it close. But I'm thinking ultimately something like that right there. Tab welded on the Nerf bars. What do you think? Is it gonna work? This gonna work. It's definitely gonna work. You guys want to hear a story? Guys may or may not, I got some chickens. I've got a chicken coop. I've just got an egg laying facility, more or less. Okay, kind of like maybe chicken run, but instead of cooking the chickens, we just cook the chickens' eggs. Usually every morning, I let these chickens out, let them roam around, and at the end of the day, they make their way back into the coop, but they've never once stayed inside like the roosting box. They always sleep on the ground. I've never understood why they do that. Well, fast forward, I go on vacation, let chickens out, just left the door open. When I come home, I'm missing a chicken. There's feathers everywhere. It looks like a murder scene, more or less, okay? We're down from 8 chickens to 7 chickens. But one thing I've noticed since that chicken little hauled ass and died, gotten turned into like raccoon soup or something. Okay, maybe this bobcat came through. Whatever it got ingested in, okay, well, ever since that happened, the chickens are now using the roosting box, and I got thinking about it. It kind of makes sense. Could you imagine if there's like 8 of us just out in the middle of the woods, hang out together every day? And then one day this giant dog comes up and bites one of our friends' heads off in front of us. Can you imagine how traumatic that would be? Of course we're using the nesting box. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but it's a great story. Proceeding forward, got ourselves some metal tabs here. They're tabs, they're metal, and they got like a hole in it, so you can put a bolt in it and bolt it. You see here, I'm gonna weld 2 of these tabs on each Nerf bar. I'm not gonna weld them on the frame itself. I'm gonna weld it on the Nerf bar, and that way I can lay on top of that, and I can bolt that side down and just zippy tie the rest. Either way, we get to do some welding, okay? So I'm excited. Dang. See what we done here. One in front, one in back. Do the same thing the other side. Then we can get bolts on this side, zip tie the rest. And then we'll rivet, I guess, our wheel well to the side panel. Things are going great. We got all our holes marked. Dang, that was kind of cutting it close. Should just be able to drill some holes and try not to drill through my finger. As you guys can tell, this is super precise. this was precisely made. This has lots of precision. Probably not, but if this does work, we might switch to a different material. What do you guys recommend? Is there a type of plastic out there that's very flexible? You know, drop a comment. How long, if this does work, do we see body manufacturers doing this? Hopefully not too long, so I'm working on getting a patent. And if they do it, I'm just gonna, you know, take that to trial. We're gonna take it to trial. Beautiful, 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 ladies and gentlemen, beautiful. Now let's get some bolts and some zippies. Start piecing her together. That is gonna be great. Look at the flex in that too. Just gonna suck the go-kart down, glue it to the track, record-breaking times, innovation, okay? We did this on CAD. Would you like to see my nuts and bolts? I just got these from the sawmill. Don't tell them. They'll be upset. They knew I stole a cap full of nuts and bolts. Don't drop them all. Jeez, my nose. This is going to be a game changer. And you will see others do it. There's no doubt in my mind. Why it has not been done yet that I'm aware of blows my mind. Some Billy Bob from Welding. Think of something like this. We got the deals over here. They start with an I and end with deal. I deals. If this works out good, I will end up just putting nut rivets right here. That way I can just throw a bolt in real quick and not even require a nut. Some zippies. I want these just tight enough. But I still want it to be able to do this right here. Not get bound down. I will say it would totally suck though if I caught a piece of lead or something with this and it just like folded it under the go-kart, leading 20,000 million to win or something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Hopefully secure it good enough that we don't have no issues like that. So tight, baby. Come on, darling. Work with me. It's always the last zip tie that's the biggest pain in the butt. And obviously we'll do some rivets onto the side panel once we get our updated body on here. I'm not gonna go through all that until the body's here, and I should be here in a couple days and we'll tack that. But I think y'all kind of get the idea of what exactly we're doing here. Will it work though? Doesn't that look lovely? You see what I'm saying now? This will have plenty of room. This will be a little higher up because it'll be on the side panel. The wind, a little bit of wind that comes through will go up and over or up and underneath and then exit out from under the cart. Beautiful, well done. If y'all haven't noticed, you know, looking around, it is a natural born disaster in here. There's never enough time in the day to do the things that needs to get done. Like one of those things, cleaning a shop. We're gonna get to it one of these days though. Like I said, once we perfect this, it'll look a lot more perfected. I can only imagine what people are gonna say when they see this contraption at the track. What would you do if you hadn't seen this video and you walk upon some crap like this at the racetrack? You'd call me an idiot, wouldn't you? That guy's just an idiot. No, you're probably right. And also, once we go side panel, we'll pull that up a little bit. Shabeam, shaboom. Snug those up. Missing all my tools again. Maybe if your shop wasn't such a disaster. That is lovely. Super lovely. Take a gander. Still might come back with something and fill in this little void, but I really don't even think that's necessary. This left side turned out really good. Look at that. Would you just look at it? I might even just leave these long, you know, really throw them off. And they're bind. We're about to wipe some tires. And we're changing our chemical wipe. This is a week of racing, so I'm wiping up a little different. Actually wiping some stuff that was made in-house. Is it Hot Lap 2? No. This was an empty Hot Lap 2 can, and we mixed up the concoction. This stuff goes way back. Take a whiff. Told you, not Hot Lap 2. Either way, we're gonna wipe up this week a little bit. Try to get a little juice in the tires. Probably stop around Thursday. You know, I've got too much crap in here. And also see if this mix works. As y'all see, we have made our own inside. Now we are fooling with the exterior preps. If this stuff works, who knows, we might put on the market. If we just go to winning races, you guys are gonna be like, why is he all of a sudden winning all these big races? Well, maybe it's the prep and maybe you ought to buy 20,000 gallons. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it a secret. This stuff has not been around in a long time. It's the only hint I'm gonna give you. Should work really good. I do feel good going into the next race. Got a pretty good selection of tires. As y'all know, we have not raced in quite a while. I'm sure we're all excited. Try to get my left rears when there's not as much prep on the pad. I don't want to wipe them as heavy as the right sides. But that's one common thing I've heard is do not wipe your left rears much. If anything, don't wipe it at all. So we're going to try. I listen to you guys, okay? Y'all think I don't be listening, don't be reading these comments? Well, I do. I'll be listening to what you people are saying to me, okay? I'm a believer. I'm a believer. There's some of you guys that's been racing for a long time. If y'all were to smell this, y'all would be able to say exactly what it is. And it would probably make a few of y'all wonder, how in the hell did I get my hands on it? But we're going to find out this weekend coming up. I almost forgot these important right sides. How's everybody else's racing going? No one ever talks about their races. I want to know, did you win your race? Give me the info I'm looking for. Where do you race at? What is your favorite track? My leg is starting to cramp from standing like this, and I'm breaking a sweat. Tires wiped up. Simple little procedure there. I've been sitting back doing lots of studying, going through lots of old notes. Man, this is the first time I've wiped these tires, this prep. Guys want to feel? Put your old thumb in that. Yeah, right there. Look at that. Beautiful. Well, either way, I've been doing some searching, researching that is, and lots of studying, lots of late nights thinking. This next season is kind of what I'm really focusing on. I'm still focusing on this season, evidently. Otherwise, I wouldn't be building these bad to the bone downforce kits and custom chemicals, but mainly just truly focusing on next season, how I'm gonna start next season, get a good race schedule. I'll be a little more consistent on my racing, a little more consistent on my program, my tires, trying to buy them at the right time and keep me a good, loophole of tires flowing in. But yeah, getting more than prepared. We've had our sucker in the dirt for quite a while now, and we're trying to pick things back up. Trying to show you that you too can go from the bottom up to the middle, the middle top, and hopefully one day be at the vector of things at the very top. And then you can get a one-piece suit like you're a NASCAR driver with 20,000 sponsors on there, sweating your nads off. And you too can be a winner. My shop is a disaster, meaning I'm probably not going to clean it tonight, but I'm a procrastinator, okay? So I'm going to procrastinate about it and clean it. What I'm trying to get to is you guys got to beat it. It's that time of the day. I appreciate y'all though. From the bottom of my heart, you subscribers, you viewers, you people dropping the comments and liking the video and sharing to your friends. I can't thank you guys enough. It blows my mind till this day that you enjoy watching some goofy Billy Bob from a one red light town in Florida talk about go-kart racing of all things. I'm forever grateful for you. So God bless, hit that like, hit that subscribe, drop a comment what you'd like to see next in the shop, and beat it. See ya. Give me the broom, vacuum, something. I don't know.